The galaxy had grown quiet after decades of endless expansion. Civilizations sprawled across countless star systems, each ruled by its own councils and fleets, yet none dared challenge the balance maintained by the Council of Worlds. Among these, planets was one that remained largely untouched by conflict, a vibrant world named Loria. On Loria lived Kale, a human, who had become known for his calm wisdom and resourceful mind. Unlike other humans who were scattered across the stars, Kale preferred the quiet life, tending to his home and observing the movements of distant ships from the high cliffs near the ocean. One evening, as twin suns set over the horizon, a message arrived for him. It was unusual for messages to be hand-delivered, even by the latest quantum transmitters, but this one was. A small, elegant drone landed silently on his doorstep, releasing a crystalline data module. Kale picked it up and immediately recognized the signature Queen Leora of the Vayari species, one of the most influential civilizations in the galaxy. Kale activated the module, and the holographic image of a young Vayari girl appeared before him. She had deep purple skin, silver eyes, and a solemn expression. "Human Kale," she said in clear galactic basic. "My mother is the leader of our people, and she needs guidance. She has asked me to find someone who can help her lead. I have wished for a father, someone who can guide not only our family, but the galaxy alongside her. Please, will you marry her?" Kale blinked. Marry a queen? Guide an entire civilization? He had lived quietly all his life, solving problems on his own terms, and yet here was an entire galaxy asking him to step into a role he never imagined. "Why me?" he asked, his voice steady despite the shock. The girl's gaze softened. "Because humans, you see the world differently. You understand risk, hope, and love. You make choices when others hesitate. Mother believes you are what we need." Kale sat back, thinking. He had traveled to distant planets before, interacted with countless species, and faced dangers that could have ended his life many times. And yet, this was different. This was not about survival, but responsibility, about shaping the future of a civilization and helping a mother fulfill her role while guiding her child. The next day, Kale boarded a sleek Vayari ship sent to retrieve him. It moved faster than any human vessel he had ever seen, slipping through hyperspace corridors with a grace that made even seasoned pilots envious. The interior of the ship was filled with soft ambient light, and the hum of the engines had a comforting rhythm. When he arrived on the capital world of the Vayari, he was greeted with a grandeur he had only read about in history books. Towering spires stretched toward the sky, shimmering with colors that shifted like liquid metal. Citizens of all species moved gracefully through open plazas, their expressions showing respect and curiosity. Kale was led to the royal palace, an immense structure of crystal and metal that reflected the twin suns outside. There, Queen Leora awaited him. She was tall and elegant, her presence commanding yet gentle. Her eyes met his with a mixture of curiosity and hope. "You are Kale," she said. "I have heard of your deeds among humans. You understand courage and reason. We need that now more than ever." Kale nodded slowly. "I understand you need help. I have not led a civilization before, but I am willing to learn." The queen's lips curved into a small smile. "That is enough. Guidance is not about knowing all answers. It is about seeking them with honesty and care." Over the next few weeks, Kale learned the rhythms of the Vayari court. He studied their laws, listened to advisors, and witnessed their debates. He found their perspectives fascinating, but also rigid at times, weighed down by centuries of tradition. Kale suggested new methods of problem-solving, combining logic with empathy, and slowly, the council began to listen. He spent time with the young girl Arya, who had delivered the message that had changed his life. She was clever, curious, and often challenged Kale with questions about human culture and philosophy. Do humans always solve problems with machines? She asked one afternoon as they walked along the palace gardens. Kale shook his head. No, sometimes the best solution comes from understanding people, not technology. Arya tilted her head, thoughtful. So humans think with both the heart and mind? Yes, Kale replied. We try to, though not always successfully. The bond between them grew stronger each day. Arya's innocent hope and desire for a father figure reminded Kale why he had come to the Vayari in the first place. He realized that leadership was not just about strategy or governance, but about relationships, trust, and the ability to inspire those around you. One day, a crisis emerged. A fleet from the neighboring system of Dravak had violated the Vayari borders, claiming resources that had long belonged to Loria. Queen Leora prepared for war, her advisors urging immediate retaliation. Kale asked to speak first. Queen Leora, he began, war may solve the problem temporarily, but it will leave scars that last generations. There is another way. We can negotiate, show strength without bloodshed, and find a solution that honors both sides. Many of the council members scoffed, but Kale's confidence and reasoning swayed the younger advisors. He devised a plan where Vayari diplomats, guided by Kale, met the Dravak leaders in neutral space. Using clear logic, empathy, and human intuition, Kale convinced the Dravak to return the resources and establish trade agreements, turning potential conflict into cooperation. Queen Leora watched him with admiration. You see possibilities where others see obstacles, she said quietly. This is what I hoped for. Kale realized that he had not just helped prevent war, but had also earned the respect of an entire civilization. He felt a warmth in his chest, a sense of belonging he had not known he desired. Weeks turned into months. Kale adapted to life among the Vayari. He participated in council meetings, taught Arya about human ways of thinking, and shared stories from Earth that inspired creativity and unity among the citizens. Slowly, the palace transformed into a place of collaboration rather than rigid hierarchy. One evening, as the twin suns dipped below the horizon, Kale and Queen Leora walked along the palace balcony. The city below glowed with soft lights, and ships moved silently across the sky. You have changed everything, Leora said softly. Not just the council, but me. I trusted my daughter's wish, and she was right. Humans are special. Kale smiled, feeling the weight of his journey, but also the joy of accomplishment. It was not just me. Arya wished for guidance, and you trusted her. That made all the difference. Leora took his hand gently. Will you stay, Kale? Not as a guest, not just as a partner in council, but as family. Kale looked out at the galaxy that stretched endlessly beyond the palace walls. He thought of Earth, of the life he had left behind, and of the people who had shaped him. But here, among the Vayari, he had found purpose, respect, and a family that welcomed him fully. I will stay, he said. I will help guide the galaxy, and stand beside you, not because I must, but because I want to. And so, Kale became more than a human visitor. He became a bridge between worlds, a teacher of empathy and reason, and a father to a young girl who had wished for guidance. The Vayari flourished under his influence, blending the wisdom of their species with the ingenuity of humanity. Trade prospered, alliances strengthened, and peace settled across borders once threatened by conflict. Years later, as Kale looked at Arya, now grown into a wise and confident leader, he realized that the smallest wishes could change the course of history. A child's hope for a father had brought a human into a galaxy of stars, teaching beings of countless worlds that courage, kindness, and understanding could shape destinies far greater than any fleet or weapon dot in time. Kale and Queen Leoris. Partnership became legendary, a story told across star systems. Humans were celebrated not for their strength or technology alone, but for their spirit, the ability to inspire, to care, and to lead with both heart and mind. And through it all, Kale remembered the words of a small girl who believed in him. Before he believed in himself, the galaxy, once vast and divided, had found unity through understanding. And humans had proven that even in a universe of countless civilizations, their light could shine brighter than any star. And so, in a quiet moment beneath the twin suns of Loria, Kale knew he had found not only purpose but home, proving that a single human could indeed help guide the destiny of the galaxy.